Creating forehand exit plays as a defenseman is crucial. Let's first look at this skill demonstrated at the NHL level during the final of the Four Nations tournament. Doughty goes back on a neutral zone retrieval as the weak side defenseman. Notice that there is pressure coming from the inside as well as the strong side. Doughty recognizes where the pressure is coming from and picks up the puck with his hands off his body so that he can rotate the blade of the stick around the puck to find a forehand exit play. Doughty is roughly 15 feet away from the red line. However, being on his backhand instantly puts him at a disadvantage to make a hard play, especially given the clock and the score. Doughty flips his blade over the puck, corralling it on his forehand and begins to get inside the dot lane. By moving to his forehand side, Doughty instantly makes himself a dual or triple threat option to make a play with the puck. Doughty early scans to maintain eyes up ice and quickly surveys where the pressure is coming from, as well as gauging where his outlets are. Doughty quickly makes a hard play through the middle of the ice and begins the breakout that leads to an O-zone entry. Creating and finding forehand exit plays both in the D zone and the neutral zone is something that I stress a lot on with the players that I work with. Here's a great example of one of our players executing a forehand exit play. Notice the early scan to maintain eyes up ice as well as the route he takes to the puck, ensuring he retrieves the puck on his forehand. Having hands off his body and in a fixed position, he begins his route inside the dot lane to allow himself to become a dual threat. Having his head up upon retrieval, he can identify an outlet. Again, with the same concept in mind, here are various examples of different ways players can create forehand exit plays. The emphasis that I stress on with the players that I work with is the ability to scan upon retrieval and underhandle pucks. Using deception as a secondary component is another skill I try and implement with players, especially at the major junior level. Time and space are important in giving yourself separation with a deception move using your stick, feet, or upper body, in addition to an early scan, ultimately allows these players to make forehand exit plays look seamless. Here's an example of a drill that I implement as a warm-up or precursor. In this drill, we focus on developing the scanning component as well as the ability to create a route that allows for a forehand retrieval of the puck. These movements reinforce game-like situations, helping players anticipate plays and react faster. By repeating this drill and other similar ones, players build muscle memory and confidence, translating these skills directly into in-game performance.